Unconditional love really means allowing love to flow through you regardless of the conditions you're in. Hey, hi, I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by. People argue with me sometimes about unconditional love, and understandably so. I think we get confused about some of the French, as we know, had many names for love. I think it was the French. Anyway, Latin, whatever. There's been more than one type of love defined. And so that unconditional love, or that universal love, to me is the most, like, kind of, maybe I would say, highest form, kind of umbrella-ing everything else. And so when I talk about unconditional love, it doesn't mean allowing somebody to traipse over your boundaries and still keeping that relationship or that door open. You can, in fact, completely end a relationship with someone as far as interacting with them, and, call an end to your interactions while still keeping love. In fact, death is a great example of that, like in an extreme form, where your day-to-day interactions are done, and yet a lot of times we choose to carry forward that sense of love for the being who passed on. So kind of similarly to that, I also sometimes use pets as an example to people, because I think it's easier for us humans sometimes to separate romantic love from that universal unconditional love, that big love, broad love, because unconditional love doesn't depend on conditions. And it's easy to get confused when conditions are really great and we feel really super. It's easy to be like, oh, I love this, and to feel like that's all encompassing. It's more challenging sometimes, and yet more freeing at the same time, to experience that unconditional love under circumstances that are more challenging or less ideal or don't really feel good. And yet still you can find that sense of peace, calm, universal love for a being that you love, or for just all of the universe, even if you're not loving your conditions right now, for yourself, and by extension, the universe that you are a tiny, shiny speck of. Unconditional love doesn't mean letting somebody abuse you and saying, well, I love them unconditionally. It's not like many people take their marriage vows, which is that, I will love you even if you're dragging me into an unloving condition. I will still stay with you. That's not the same thing. Unconditional love means whether I stay or I go, I will still love you. And whether we successfully communicate, commune, fornicate, build something, destroy something, whatever it is that we're doing together, whether or not we're successful, I will still love you. Whether or not I've met you or not, I can love you. Whether or not you're dead or alive, I can love you. When I extend that universal love, that big unconditional love, it's more of just a feeling that I am love. And I like the phrasing that I used at the beginning of this video about allowing love to move through me, to be in me, to be me, to come from me and to come into me, to flow through me. That in all conditions, ideally. I gotta catch some photography of these mountains over here, so I'm gonna let it go at that. Wish you adieu, peace, prosperity, potential, and playfulness, and unconditional love.